Salvom de blir uten publikum. Okay,
we're
so
streaming, actually.
Yay!
Okay, we're being redirected to YouTube.
yeah, we are already there, as I think so.
And we are live.
Awesome.
Hi.
So hello there, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, we are having a chance to talk with KEiiNO about their new song, and let's see what are they gonna share with us. How was the day? Because you said that you had a couple of interviews earlier, right?
Yeah, we've had a lot of interviews today, and we are really excited today because Monument was released on midnight. So we've been spending the day being on Norwegian TV, being on a few radio shows, and yeah, we just had a lot of fun.
You presented an acoustic version of Monument in the...
I actually got the information that your song has already started charting on Spotify, and it's #1 in Norway, #1 in Israel, also charting in the Netherlands and some other countries.
Wow.
So well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a really it's been a great day because it's a lot of anticipation and also insecurity building up before release, especially because we know that this release was important for a lot of people, and it also was a bit of a hype built up around it. And but we've been working so long on this song, and there hasn't been one song that we've spent more time in perfecting, producing, and also especially for Rüdiger Schramm, our producer. He spent so many hours on this song. And he was so nervous. He couldn't sleep last night either, because we know when a lot of people have a relationship to Spirit in the Sky, and you know that we have said all the time, this isn't a new Spirit in the Sky. This is like an evolvement of KEiiNO. So yeah, you never know what people, if there's oh no, I don't love it. But so far it's been really great.
Yay.
And with that being...
Sorry, Nicola, go on.
Okay, so with that being said, you get the inspiration to come back to the contest after you achieved, let's say, great results 2 years ago. So where did that inspiration come, and how did the process actually went?
I think we kind of agreed on that directly after our performance in 2019. We were like, okay, we want to go back. Because yes, we won the televote, but we didn't convince the juries, and that just made us eager for more. Like, we really want to come back, maybe with a song that also can please the juries. But we agreed on that we wouldn't get back if we didn't feel that the song was right. So it was actually when we wrote Monument that we had this feeling that it is something special with this song. And yeah, it made us work more on that. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
How are you going to convince the juries with this song?
What? Sorry?
How are you going to convince the juries to vote for you with this song?
We don't know. That's the thing. That's a good thing with me. I'm not going to translate this Norwegian idiom, but taste is people have different tastes, so we don't know what another person's taste will be like. What we do know is that Monument has more layers. It's definitely more, I would say, like in the production wise, it maybe is not as instant as Spirit in the Sky. However, if you listen to it a couple of more times, there are more to it. There's more depth, and we all think it's a better. It shows KEiiNO in a better way, but we don't know if that's what the juries are after or not. And but I definitely think that from a technical perspective and from a composition perspective, this is definitely a song that shouldn't be overlooked by anyone with a musical background. However, once again, you can't dictate taste. Some people would say that what I like is shit, and the other way around. But we, of course, another important thing is like we didn't. It's not like we thought about that when writing the song, because I think that makes us too. If you think too much when you write a song, that will limit you rather than open for new possibilities. So the song actually, it came along when we were in this cabin after the first time we met, after 3 or 4 months apart because of quarantine and everything. So we were in this cabin, and I was cooking dinner, and Fred had a big glass of red wine and asked us this philosophical question. So what's left in a person's life when you're gone, in a way? What's the most important monuments or moments in a person's life that you'll always remember? The people that you meet, the relationships, and that kind of created the basis for the song. We want to write a song that salutes and honors those people that enrich other people's lives, like the unsung heroes.
We actually already have a couple of questions from people on our YouTube. So Joe is saying, it was such a shame with the way that the Televote was announced, that it wasn't clearer that you had come first. How did it feel to realize, like, so that most points from televoting?
Well, we actually got to know it in the after party, where at 4 o'clock at night.
I was drunk.
Yeah, I think we all were kind of drunk. There were this, I remember the two guys approaching me saying like, you know, you won the Televote, right? And I was like, what? Did we? And then I started realizing that, wow, the people of Europe actually liked our performance that well, that they voted for us so many times. And I was kind of moved. It was touching to know that they liked our performance. And for a band that was brand new, I mean, KEiiNO was just introduced for Europe. That was really, really cool. So we were shook, I think.
Yeah.
No, but I think that people thought that you, like, your tears during the announcement of the number of points were just because of that reason, because they understood that you're the winners, and you understood that you're the winners, so of the Televote. So it wasn't like that.
No, we had no idea.
Okay.
It was just like all of the lower points had been given, and it was just like the moment of it. Like we were in 16th place or something after the juries. And then they said, like, you got 291 points.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's quite an impressive result.
Yeah, and from all that experience, are there any things which you gained in the knowledges and the idea of the contest and everything which will help you further on if you advance? I mean, first, given the fact that you're competing in Melodi Grand Prix again, and then if you go to Eurovision, are there any things which will help you, and the knowledge which you will be able to use to strengthen everything, the performance or anything else?
Well, I'm not sure, like, as you say, first things first, we need to win Melodi Grand Prix, but I think there's nothing much more we can do when we're first there. It's actually just like focus on what our tasks are. But of course, I would say that I spent a lot of time during the pandemic, like watching old Eurovision shows, and I kind of be both inspired, but also see that actually made me realize that I believe that the entries or the show in general became better when the juries were reintroduced. So I like kind of, even though I said after Eurovision 2000, like, oh, the juries are like, why do we have the juries? And I was like, of course, probably because I was disappointed. And but then, like, looking back is like, okay, to more of the broader picture. Yeah, it has a function, because there was so much half-naked people on stage, and with the very extremely cheesy songs that would fit, that would be more accessible to people. And you need those songs as well, but you also need the other songs that kind of creates more depth. So the amount or the big percentage that the jury should have, that can be debated, but still, I think it is an important part. And I think also that made me realize that we don't think it's okay to be a bit different, because especially we are so much pop heads. We love pop music. So if we think that we are going to the edge of what we do, it's still very pop. So I think we can be more, relaxed on not trying to make something too accessible.
Thank you for sharing that. I wanted to ask you, given the fact that you mentioned the moment of pandemic and you watched previous Eurovision shows, but you also did a lot of collaborations with other artists, even though it was the time where people weren't able to travel and to meet each other and some other things like that. But you made it possible, especially given the fact that you made even the contacts with other artists like Electric Fields and many other artists which are having, let's say, coming from the group of the artists which use the indigenous languages. So how was the partnership building up during that period, and how did it end so, let's say, fruitfully with all the projects which happened?
We did this collaboration with those artists in 2019.
But later on, you did also another cooperations with other artists.
We traveled in 2019 and we did all the collaboration in 2019, but we released the album in 2020.
So that's the thing with music, even though like all the work that we put down was actually when we were able to travel. And so luckily we were like, if not, the album wouldn't have been there. We did some online collaboration though.
And
how was it? Oh, sorry, Alexandra, say.
Oh, yeah. And we were actually announced ambassadors for the Year of Indigenous Languages by the UN. And that was also one of the reasons why we wanted to do this, why we wanted to include so many beautiful indigenous expressions in our music. And we were actually visiting them when we were in the United States. And that was really cool, in New York.
Oh yeah, the UN.
The UN, and talked to them, and they were so happy that we did this, and they were really supportive. So it was a lot of fun, and it's so cool to listen to now because it feels so far away that we actually were able to travel and meet these people, and it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, and the promotion of the album, which happened under the pandemic, that was the way. But I let's say put it the other way around. Sorry for that. It was a bit misunderstood. So about that one, how did it go, and how was it? How was the experience? I mean, you didn't have as many interactions with the fans as you wanted.
No.
We did a concert though. We had a release concert. That was fun. But that was like the only thing we could do rather than working online, talking to people and spreading the word about the album there. But luckily, I am the one sending the physical albums, and I've been sending albums through the entire world. Like, people know that Octa is released, and I'm still getting orders every day. So it's really cool.
I think that, of course, we would have loved to be able to travel more and we had a lot of promo tours lined up, but we just need to do something differently. But the good thing that came out of it is, if we hadn't have much more time at our hand, we wouldn't have been able to write Monument or some of the other songs that we'll release, or we have released and also will release later this year. So it hasn't been all bad.
And speaking of Monument, you played with Nordic mythology in it, I think. I mean, there are some fragments and parts of the Norse mythology where you're referring to thunder and Gloria and the sky and something like that. Can you tell us more about it?
Well, this song is it is definitely a song about what you leave behind, and it's also a song about which moments in life that you'll remember, also like which legacy. And especially, I would say your Sami part is very much. You can talk about tell about that a bit.
About Sami part, yeah, I when I wrote the lyrics, I wanted the lyrics to be like my grandfather is talking through me, like he's advising me in life.
Yeah, and also like that's so like we're putting a lot of things in, like what is the moments that you remember, and what are the legacies that you actually leave behind. Some things it could be from people far in the future, and not necessarily the people that you know now that has been like these unsung heroes. So the Thunder and Gloria part is partly the part that you feel that you're part of something much bigger than what you are. So the Thunder and Gloria is like this monumental thing that is you can't actually describe. Yeah.
You just hear it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're still getting lots of questions here on YouTube. Sorry, and I noticed that someone actually asked to ask you the big question: who is Gloria?
Well, who is Gloria for you? I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
All right, but it's actually more of a play of a thunder and glory. So to be honest, it should it's thunder and glory. That's kind of what's left in a life from a life. It's thunder and glory. It's kind of like all these things, all these elements that is kind of if you sum up your life, it's all the good things, all the bad parts, it's all the craziness, all the happiness, that's kind of, we're summing it all in the big crescendo. It's like thunder and glory. So it's like
thunder and glory. Oh.
Yeah, it's actually.
Yeah, but I saw someone. I think it was NRK, the TV broadcaster. I saw the lyrics that they had written down, and it actually says "thunder and glory." Yeah. So they have like that's how they've written it.
And just a question, like you three, if I'm not wrong, you all live in different parts of Norway. How easy or how difficult was it to get together, and how easy or how difficult was it to actually write this song and to make it in time for Melodi Grand Prix as well?
Well, luckily there's internet, so
yeah,
that was okay. But me and Fred, we live kind of close to each other, so we always get in the car and drive to the southern part of Norway, where Tom lives and has his studio. So that's where we've been working mostly the last year. But yeah, it's not that difficult actually, because we talk every day, we call each other every day. So yeah, we've been communicating really well.
And also this was written when one of the first times we met after being apart for some months, and we went to like a small cabin at the southern part of Norway, where we just got our guitars and piano and a little home recording studio and just recorded a lot of ideas, and that's where the idea for a monument came up. And when we started producing it, it was, as Alexandra said, like they came down to Kristiansand, all down south, where we recorded with a lot of great musicians and the symphony strings from the symphony orchestra in this town, but also then sent over the files to Berlin, where Rüdiger, our producer, sits, and got back, and then we recorded more in Kristiansand, and then eventually, when there was this window where we were able to travel again in the beginning of August, I was in Berlin a couple of times just to like fine tune it, but then everything closed down again. So luckily we finished everything before going to the second wave.
We have one more question about Gloria from Joe. He asks, who is your favorite Gloria? Estefan, KEiiNO, or someone else?
For me, it's KEiiNO.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Will Survive. It's just like, I think that should be, especially nowadays, like I think it's a good anthem for 2020 and 2021.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And Charlotte Love says, I love Fred's parts in Monument. And what can we expect from your performance tomorrow night?
Ooh, we love secrets, but yeah.
Yeah, we're being KEiiNO. We're gonna do the song as best as we can, and people can watch tomorrow.
And I know there's not gonna be an audience there, But I think that it actually kind of helps us that we're three, because then we can feel the energy from each other, and hopefully let that shine through in the camera to everyone watching at home. We hope so.
Yeah, it is a different thing than actually to have. We can't feed off the energy of thousands of people in the audience. But yeah, we just, this is our task at this moment, is actually to be able to shine some light in other people's homes, because yeah, a lot of people around the world are sitting at home and not able to meet their friends or family or whatever. And so yeah, we just have to and we love doing it as well. It's not that like that, but of course we'd love to see you all live.
Yeah, soon, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope so. Actually, you have like lots of invites to go into people's countries to have concerts, etc. Because Ariana invited you to come to Canada. Legends.
Love to.
Love to.
And Marco is asking, is your performance tomorrow going to be the same as it is going to be in the final of Melodi Grand Prix?
Yes.
Yeah, like more or less, but
yeah.
but of course we'll do adjustments before the finals. That's the good part. Or you never know if the show tomorrow is everything is gonna turn out as we want it. Maybe it will be the same, but still we've got 5 weeks, 5 weeks until the final. So it's definitely possible to do adjustments.
But any info about it? Like any hint?
Are you going to give away any secrets about the performance?
No, you can. You just have to watch NRK, and then.
We're really excited, and yeah, we can't wait to show you.
How do you feel about this new format, about being in the Big Six, so-called, in Melodi Grand Prix, so you don't have to go through the semifinals?
Well, for us, it wasn't necessary for us to be directly qualified.
We didn't know, actually.
We didn't know, because for us, going again, we would be just on the same level as any other of the artists competing. So for us, it's just, I don't know, we get to show the song 2 times, and we're really happy about that anyways. So
I think it's kind of like it's the little element of being able to secure that the finals are as diverse as NRK wanted, because we don't have any jury system in Norway, so everything is up to the audience. So it secures that the big final will have a certain amount of artists that they would like to have, and I think that's okay. But for us, we'd gladly go through a semifinal if we had to, because we believe in the song, and to be honest, like, if we're in it we're in it to win it. So if we wouldn't have won the semifinals, it wouldn't have made sense anyway to be a part of it.
And see, go ahead, Nicola. Sorry.
I wanted to ask, have you heard the songs of your competitors which are released so far? So there are 5 songs, if I'm not mistaken. And have you heard some of them? And what do you think? Like, what are your impressions? Is there any song which can threaten Monument or not?
All the artists are really cool, and the songs are really different.
Yeah.
But yet there's like 19 other artists to be revealed.
There's 20 other songs.
Yeah.
So we know that Tix is like, he's the biggest pop star in Norway. He's like had 11 number ones the last 2 years. His crowd is huge.
Yeah.
So he will definitely be a difficult artist to beat, difficult song to beat. And we know that there are some other big names as well coming. So this is definitely going to be a hard task, but we're up for it.
Yay.
Another question from YouTube. Can we expect any more music from you guys soon? And is there an album, maybe like a second album coming up?
We're gonna release a lot of new music the next months. We've been creating a lot of music last year, so we're really excited about that.
Yeah, and eventually, hopefully, everything will end up in an album. The format, even though in Norway people don't really produce or release albums anymore because everything is song by song based, I still feel it's a good thing to have that you collect the singles you released in kind of an album. And I think that's what we're going to do from now on, that we think, or we have this, we know where we want to go at the end, but then release song by song, because it makes every song shine better. But then again, to be able to actually have the physical format, if you like that, to okay, here's like a collection of it. So that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And speaking of an album, are there any collaborations with other artists which you plan to do soon?
Not with that, like we don't have any artists ready, but we are going to do more collaborations with other indigenous artists around the world. We right now we still have some continents left that we haven't visited.
Yeah, how was your trip to Australia, and how was the collaboration that you did with Electric Fields?
It was great. It feels like a century ago, but I felt like me as an indigenous in Norway, I felt this chemistry, especially with those from New Zealand and Australia. It was just magical, I think. And we made a lot of great music, and I felt we communicated so great through music. And the result was so great that I really want to do that again with other indigenous people as well.
Another question from our YouTube. This is from Anne. Your Christmas song donated profits to the Norwegian Mental Health Helpline. How did that come about?
Second. We've had so many interviews, so we need that's like
enjoy.
Mental helse og sånt.
Well, sorry, 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Not a problem.
Well, I struggled in the spring of 2020 with I had a breakdown and were diagnosed with mild depression, and also but then I think for me it was the first time that I felt I didn't have control in my life, because like usually it's always been that if I'm out of money I can always work, or if you feel that you have a certain the way in front of you and it's like the possibilities. But then whenever the pandemic hit and you see that everything you worked for so many years, with the album coming up and everything, and all the plans just vanish before your feet. It was like, what's left now? Where are we gonna? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna put food on the table anyway? And also because I know that there was a lot of other people dependent on what I did. So that was kind of hard. It took me 2 months in a way to kind of get to point zero, but also. And also seeing that for me, I would say definitely, I'm not rich, but I'm privileged in the way that I have a family, a strong family, and I have a partner, and I have good friends. And I see that how difficult it was for me actually to get to be able to get help from a therapist or whatever, because it's the setting in Norway, especially, but all around the world, it's you go to the doctor if you're injured and everything, but speaking of mental health, is still a bit of a no-go, that people don't talk about it, don't share it, and because everybody's labeled to so you have mental issues. I don't want to be careful about that.
It's still a taboo. Yeah,
it's a taboo, and it's that was something for me. It was important to address that can happen to anyone, and it's definitely nothing. It's not the end of the world. Because it's you might be ill at one point and then you'll be the next year or the next month. And also the Norwegian Mental Health Helpline is so important, because it is it's easy for people to get in touch if you're struggling. And I have people that I know in Berlin that sadly ended their life during the pandemic, and also other people that really have struggled. And so it's important to have a security net, and to whatever we can do, even though you know how it is streaming, there's not that much money in streaming anyway, but still the awareness is the most important thing, that people see that it's everybody can have a breakdown, and that there's more people like me and like you.
So that is why we wanted to donate half of the income of Winter's Night to the helpline in Norway. And they were so happy because they told us that they have gotten so many phone calls the last year, people struggling through the pandemic. And also this was before Christmas. So they were really happy because Christmas is always like a difficult time for a lot of people. So yeah, they were thankful that we did this. And yeah, it means a lot to us too, to be able to do such a thing for someone.
That's
and
really amazing.
Sorry, Aaron. And speaking of the security network, your music in general and all the projects which you produce, work, and create are kind of security network for all your fans, and the way you're presenting everything and the energy and the emotion which you're involving in it. I have a feeling that most of the fans are kind of grateful for all of that. So no matter if it's direct topic with the song, I think that all of the fans are really connecting with your music.
Well, thank you so much.
It means
Thank
so
you.
much to us. Thank you.
And actually, that's like the positive dependency, because we're no one like without a fan base, without somebody to actually listen to the music that we create. So it's like it's going both ways, because and that's the beauty of music, that you have this this beautiful dance in a way that you have to give and take, and the combination is perfect.
Yeah, we get the inspiration when we travel and meet new people all the time. That is when we get the inspiration to write new music and do what we love, because we see that, yeah, our music does something to someone.
And I mean, thanks to Eurovision, you gathered so many fans from literally all over the world.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is that also part of the reason why you want to come back to Eurovision this year?
Absolutely. Eurovision unites people from all around the world through the love of music, and that is amazing.
Yeah, definitely feeling that we're part of something bigger than just ourselves or just the song. It is delivering something to it's connecting people, and it's like, especially when it comes to building bridges between cultures, between personalities, between religions, between sexual orientation. It's so important, and I think it's more important now than ever, especially coming out of a crisis that will probably create bigger differences around the world. And to have these common things where you share common values and or like the same values and goals, that's very important, and we really want to be part of that. And we love being part of the Eurovision family, and still we didn't feel that we'd left a song that was kind of, this is our legacy with Spirit in the Sky. Even though we love the song, we feel that with Monument is closer to that.
And one more question from our YouTube. Capwo is asking, will Fred use Sami clothes in the performance?
They will be inspired a little bit from Sami culture, but not that much as in 2019.
You're giving away all the secrets. What are you we talked about it.
Show them? No.
You haven't said anything, and suddenly like he's like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's getting late, so we need to finish it.
Okay, guys, and just one final question. If you guys win Melodi Grand Prix, obviously this year all of the preview events are going to be cancelled. In 2019, you were in all of the preview parties. How do you plan to reach out then to all the Eurovision fans? Are you still going to do some like online concerts for them, or what? Did you guys have already some thoughts about this?
We are gonna do everything that we can to meet all the people around there, because they inspire us so much. So I guess we will do a lot of virtual meetings. I know we are, because we love this. I mean, if Norway decides to give us the honor of representing our country again, we would do anything in our power just to be a part of the lovely adventure that Eurovision is.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in, first of all, in Melodi Grand Prix. And if you win, then on all social media, and we hope to then chat with you again.
Yes, of course. We hope to talk to you again too. And thank you for a nice interview.
Thank you guys for your time, and thanks everyone watching.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Good luck, guys.
See you tomorrow.
See you.